Are we happy to be here today? Are we happy to be here? I am elated for this moment in that we're honoring someone who we knew was a warrior. Someone who we knew who gave his all. And so we're here today. But before I get started, I'd like to have someone, Mark, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. When there was no one to fight, when there was no one who was out looking and helping people get jobs, when there was no one who was forcing the sheriff or the parish president or the state representative or the state senator to help the good folks on the East Bank, here in Bunch Village and University City, as well as over in North Kenner and Lincoln Manor, there was Alie. Many a years that I go to the banquets and I witnessed and I watched him do the things that he did to inspire people. And what was always so wonderful about it was that the banquets were always full. Rarely could you get an available seat because there was always something that was going to be beneficial to all those who were there. If it wasn't for the good music, good gospel music, that is, if it wasn't for the wonderful speakers and the pastors and all those from the communities who had kind words to say, he made sure that community events such as that were special. And today, I'm looking at your wonderful, kind faces who are here because of the person that he was. And so he has a legacy in this community, he has a legacy on the East Bank. He was a giant amongst men. When I decided to run for political office, there were a few people that I had to go talk to, but the first one that I always had to talk to on the East Bank was Alie McGee, because I needed to be able to know his temperature. I needed to understand who he was supporting, where he was, because if he's with you, it's made the road a little bit easier. If he was not, well, you knew you would be in a fight. And so he stood for what he believed, and we respected that, and it's an honor, again, to be here. The True Democrat organization that he helmed, one that history will be kind to because of his legacy and many other people who were involved with it, who carried the torch. Ms. Bobby, who's carried the torch for many years after Alie. The others who made the commitment. The fact that with the history of the organization and the desire to give back is still very strong. Back to school giveaways, Christmas toy giveaways, summer camps. If you go over to Williams Play Lot, nary has there been a year when there wasn't some activities for the children in the community. And I believe all of what has been continuing to move and get done is in the spirit of Alie McGee, because he set the mode for what contributions to our community should look like and what they should be. And so I'm so happy to be here to help commemorate that, and we're doing so in a little bit by commemorating this area and naming this major thoroughfare to him. So before I move any forward, I'd like to ask any of the family members who have a desire to come up and speak to please do so at this time.
Good morning, everyone. First, giving my obedience to God, who's the head of my life, to Councilman Byron L, thank you for putting this together for the McGee family. My name is Cornell McGee. I am the youngest son of Alie McGee Sr. And it is just an honor and a privilege to be here today. I am so proud to say that I was his son. We grew up in a household that was very welcoming. Everybody knew about the sweet shop. Everybody used to come there and here in Bunch Village. We used to canvass at a young age. We started out canvassing and getting people out to vote. And I had a speech prepared, but I just wanted to come from my heart. And right now I'm getting emotional just talking about the impact that my dad had on this community and all that he did for this community. And I just miss the days we used to go out and canvass, and my siblings, my sisters and my brothers, we didn't really care about canvassing. So we used to skip a couple of homes and stuff, and and he would come behind us in the car and watch us go to every home that we missed and made us go back. And he just was very passionate about what he did and his campaign. He used to work campaigns like it was his campaign. And he really cared about this community. He loved this community so much. Another thing about the when we used to have the election cycle, we used to love having the motorcades. And we used to go through the communities, and I remember Councilman Byron L, I believe we just used to have so much fun doing the motorcades, and I just really appreciate everything he did for this community. And with that said, I just want to say to everyone here that if you really want to honor my dad, we are at a crossroads right now. We elected President Barack Obama in 2008, and we thought we did something in this country. And it seems now we're going backwards. They're attacking our rights to vote. They are changing or passing legislation to continue to be a racist or to protect themselves to be a racist. So I say to you, honor my father by going out, register people to vote, go out, work at phone banks, go out and get involved in the community, be a part of campaigns that's gonna protect our rights to votes and everything. And I know that you guys have I live in Michigan, and I know that you guys have 2 senators that are just, I don't even want to talk about that, but you can't talk to them about voting for the John Lewis Voters' Right Act. So I'll just say to you, the midterms are coming up. Let's get to work. Let's register people to vote. Let's get out there. Let's canvass. And let's change all these laws that they're trying to put together to protect their racism. And I'll say to you again, it's an honor to be here. I'm sorry I'm a little emotional because I just think this was way long overdue, and I miss my dad, and I wish he was here to see this because he was an amazing person and he did a lot for this community. So I thank everyone on behalf of the McGee family. Thank you so much for coming out. Sorry about this emotion. I wish I would have been more, but I just thank everybody for coming out, and thank you again, Councilman Byron L, for doing this for my father. Thank you.
Any other family members wish to speak? Ms. Bobby?
My name's Rose McGee. I'm Alie McGee's sister-in-law, married to his brother William. And I just want to say that if Alie was here today, he would be so happy. And I am so proud and happy for him and his family. And he loved his community. He got out and worked like Cornell said, and he did everything that he possibly could do for this community. And he loved everybody, and I'm just so proud of him, and I'm so happy that this moment finally came, that they're gonna be naming a street after him. And I'm just so proud of him, and I'm just so happy. So just like Cornell said, just continue to just do what you're doing and try to vote and, you know, fight for our rights and whatever we need to do. But Alie did go out. I remember during the times we were involved too with him getting out people to go and vote for him and, you know, driving around, and he made sure that he could try to pick up everybody that didn't have transportation or whatever. He hustled really bad, really hard to get these people out. So I'm so proud of him. I'm just very excited and proud. So thank y'all so much for listening.
Anyone else before we unveil the sign?
Good morning. Get the elbow. Good morning. My name is Arleta Terrell, and I was born and raised here in Bunch Village. My father served as the vice president and a member of the board of directors for the True Democrats for many years. And I am a product of Mr. Alie McGee's work. I'm the first black female to be appointed to head a Jefferson Parish department. And it was because of the work and the commitment of inclusion that Mr. Alie McGee had for our community and for our people. He was a person that knew how to get along with almost everybody. And I could probably say everybody, because he was about the community. He wasn't about politics. And he was about improving and lifting up the quality of life for our citizens and our families in our neighborhood. I have very, very fond memories. I echo everything and have to laugh at some of the things Cornell said about the canvassing and the wonderful, wonderful banquets that we had. We would be amazed. Sometimes I'm still amazed now when I see some of the elected officials and former politicians on TV that once just walked and stood side by side with us because of Mr. Alie McGee. He was a person that did not look at Jefferson Parish stops here. The East Bank stops here. New Orleans stops here. He worked all across this state trying to help and make a difference for our community. I'm so glad and I'm honored to be here today, and I echo the sentiments of Ms. Rose and Mr. Cornell to encourage all of us to work in his honor and a legacy to help our community continue to move forward. Thank you.
We have two more people who are here and want to have some words. Come on up, Judge Roscoe. And then we'll have our former parish president, Aaron Broussard.
Good afternoon. Let me say I'm honored to be here because some 19 and a half years ago, Mr. Alie McGee made it possible for me to become the justice of the peace. I recall when I came and talked to him, I told him that I wanted to make a difference in this community. I'm an old ex-football player, and he said, "You have a family?" I said, "Yes, sir. I've been married 19 years. I have 4 beautiful kids." And from then on, he just took me by his side. And I'm honored to be here to let you know that this man stands for everything that's right. He is pro-black, but he's pro-white as well, because he believed across the board everybody should be fair and honest. And he wanted me to make sure when I step into that office, I'd be colorblind, to be fair and honest. There are going to be some folks that's going to like you, and there are going to be some folks that don't like you. But you do what's right, and you never get corrupt. And as you probably aware of, I'm not caught up with a lot of individuals or a lot of political sides or whatever, because I think it's important that when folks come to the little Justice of the Peace office in city of Kenner on the south side, that they're going to be represented and it's going to be fair and it's not going to be biased. Today, I still have Mr. McGee and his white picture in my office because I represent him. And I think if I do anything less than be a fair and honest person, he would probably look down upon me because he's not. Look down upon me because he's above, saying, son, when we talk, you said you was going to do what was right. You was going to make this community and the people above and outside of the community know that you're black, but you're an honest man, and you're a true person. And you want the people in your district to respect you, just like the people on the outside of the district. Maybe do not know you, but they heard your name, and they say, that guy is an honest individual. And today, I'm honored to be here, and I thank you.
Now a man who knew Alie very well, worked with him many a times in political campaigns and otherwise. Our former parish president, Aaron Broussard.
Councilman? How you doing, brother? Man, my councilman, my former councilman. So this young white boy, at 23 years old, right out of law school, says, you know, I'm going to run for the school board seat, the first school board district seat, because everything was parish-wide at the time. So Kenner finally had its own district seat, and I'm a proud product of public school education, and so I had a real heart in trying to make a difference. And here I am at night, here in Bunch Village, knocking doors. You know, when I told most of my friends, well, where are you going tonight? I'm going to Bunch Village, knock door. What? Yeah, I'm going to Bunch Village and knock doors. I said, there's voters in Bunch Village. I got to go meet them, because that was part of my district. So I knock on the door of a door, and there's Alie McGee at the door. Hello, Mr. McGee, how you doing, sir? See, you're a registered voter. Would you have time to talk with me about my school board race? Come on in. Man, puts me on the sofa, gives me, I think, some iced tea, and I'm sitting there talking with his family, and it was just like I was home. It was just like I was with a relative, and we started talking about things that were important. I think Alie drove a bus at the time, maybe, or was involved somehow with school bus. But the idea was, I felt at home with Alie right from the get-go. Before there was a true Democrats, it was just Alie, and I dare say I would not have got elected to the school board if it wasn't for Alie agreeing to manage, along with Mr. Leon Williams. I got to give him some props there. Leon Williams and Alie, man, they carried me through here in Bunch Village, and that was important because I had Mayor Yenny and Chief Lintini. They were all against me, and so I was running against the machine. But here in Bunch Village, I had the McGee machine, and that was a pretty good machine, and I got elected. And you know, seeing Alie in his life, and I know everybody's touched on different aspects. A lot of people think to change history, that you really have to be a great military leader. Or you really have to rise to the occasion of being a leader in a country to change history. Alie proved that you can change history right where you stand. If you make a stand, and you make a stand for good people, and you make a stand for good causes, because Alie wasn't just about people, he was about right causes. And he changed history. I'm one way he changed history, because I wouldn't have got elected, and if I wouldn't have got elected to school board, I wouldn't have been elected. I got elected 12 times. I wouldn't have been elected the rest of those 11 times if Alie didn't help me get elected the first time. So he changed history just with me, but he changed history in this area. He got things done in this area. He was in my ear all the time about what Bunch Village needed in the school system, what they needed on the parish council, et cetera, what they needed in the parish. So you can change history right where you stand if you follow Alie McGee's footprints. And role models like him need to be honored. They need to be remembered. The average citizen who rises to the occasion of thinking beyond himself and his or her needs or what they need in their household and reach out and say, well, what does my community need? What does this parish need? What does this state of Louisiana need? Because he participated at all different levels. I'm so happy that his name is going to be immortalized right in the area where he started and first made a difference. This is the greatest tribute that a community can pay to a person, is to memorize them, to immortalize them, and to hold them up as role models. Men and women in this room, young enough to become aware of political and governmental happenings around you, get involved like Alie did. Reach beyond yourself. Reach beyond your personal needs, your personal careers. Find out what this community needs and stand up. Be a voice. You can appear before any public body. There's a microphone and say your piece. There's something going wrong where you are. Do what Alie did. Get involved. Get involved. Make a difference. There's a little bit of Alie McGee in all of us, but there needs to be a lot more people like Alie McGee to continue his legacy. God bless you and thank you.
We'll have someone else who will come and say some words about Alie McGee because he was a part of a movement that took place in Jefferson Parish. You all know and knew Alie for his large contributions on the East Bank. We knew Alie as well due to his contributions to the growth and development of minority elected officials on the West Bank. Shirley Burton was elected in Kenner. It's the first councilwoman in Kenner, and after her, Wilma Irving, and then Mark Johnson. Well, Kenner was more progressive than the rest of Jefferson Parish, because on the West Bank, until there were lawsuits filed, there were no black elected officials on the council, state rep, state senate, school boards, or any other political subdivision. And so, but along the way, in order for the growth to take place, there were lawsuits, and it came as a result of people like Alie McGee joining others from the West Bank to talk about strategies on how to be able to grow the African American elected base in Jefferson Parish to ensure that we all had an opportunity to serve and represent the people from our communities. And one such person who spent considerable amount of time with Alie, as well as Lloyd Lewis and several others, was Tom Scruggs. So Tom, if you can come up right now, and Tom will be the last person.
Hey, good morning, everybody. You know, I'm glad to be and live long enough to see Alie get his just due. But during the time, a long time ago, some of you people in here are a little older than me, and you know about the struggles that we had in Jefferson Parish. In the time I came along, I was right out of college, and I wanted to be a part of a movement. And at one time, we all was divided. the East Bank would go their way and the West Bank would go their way. But a group of people, Alie McGee, Hazel Hurries, Jack Brazil, Wilma Irvin, I can't call his name. Well, it was Eugene Fitzhugh on the West Bank and Lloyd Lewis on the East Bank. And we all got together and we decided, along with Father McKnight, that if we become one, we'll be able to make a difference. That one's turned into 20%, and 20% was real powerful. And as a result of that, we were able to do things in Jefferson Parish. Not only that we were getting local people elected, but we started getting a school board member. We went to a councilman. We went to a state representative. And all that was brought about because people like Mr. McGee and Lloyd Lewis, they wasn't able to like do everything, but they always made a presence. We always allowed people or let people know that we were there. We were there and we were gonna be counted. So I'm just glad and happy that the councilman decided that we are doing things to honor those people that paved the way for us. Thank y'all very much.
We all stand on the shoulders of the giant that we are commemorating today. And so without further ado, we will unveil the street sign. Family. Without further ado, will you join me?